All right, good day, you guys. So I'm driving. You know what that means? That means I like to talk and drive, and it is story time. Okay, so I just went the wrong way and got to go out the other side of the parking lot. So, anyways, today I was thinking about some of the things I have learned that was going on in this world. So today I'm going to take you a little bit back into time where I had learned all the stuff that's going on right now and talk a little bit about what I've learned throughout the time. And as the days go on, it keeps getting a little bit weirder and weirder. So anyways, okay, so back in like 2016, 17, I had learned a lot about, well, first off, I was like, okay, why aren't they showing the president on TV like they should? Why are they saying that Alex Jones is such a horrible person and trying to get him banned? Because I was a big fan of Alex Jones, because I know that he stands in truth, and truth means a lot to me, and I want to know the truth. I'm not going to sit around and just be told what to think. I'm going to go and I'm going to investigate and I'm going to research and I'm going to do all this stuff because I want to be in the truth. So about 4 years ago, I started deep diving into what was going on in the world, what was taking place. Well, as I did, I started learning about. At first, I was kind of like a little bit more on, the right side, and I'm always staying on the right side anyways, because the right side of our brain controls good, the left side controls bad. I prefer good, not bad. But I was recognizing what was going on in politics, and I was recognizing what the things that were going on, such as why did the Democrat Party not like Donald Trump, and what did he know against them that they would want to take him out so bad? Well, then I started looking into Hollywood, and I realized that when Obama and a few others were in the White House, that they were really close to Hollywood. Well, Hollywood's right there too with the elite and the secret societies, all the things that they know, all the things that the conspiracy theorists were talking about years ago. Well, guess what? They're not just theorists, they're conspiracy facts. This is what's taking place and this is what's going on. And so about 4 years ago, I started sharing all this stuff, and I remember people were saying, oh, you're crazy, you're that, whatever. The Father knows my heart, and the Father knows that who I am, that's all that matters. And so I went down the rabbit hole, as I spoke about in some of my previous videos. So I believe it kind of started, well, then George Soros. I was wondering, who's George Soros? And then I started looking him up, and he was a survivor of the Holocaust. As a little boy, he was handed over by his father to save his life, but then he turned around and joined the people that were taking from his own people and destroying them. So George Soros has a lot to do with this history and what's going on too, considering he's probably like the wealthiest man in the world. And all the story about Antichrist, well, he's in that book. He's probably part of it, considering what he's done in life and what this evil party that is in control of the world, what they're doing. So I did a little research on him. He has a 60-minute video from the 60 Minutes show, and I watched that, and he's like, they asked him, do you believe in God? And he was like, no. And he just really doesn't have a heart, let's put it that way. And then I you know, quite a few other things regarding him. So then I moved on, and I was like, well, these elite people, and they get rich. Now then I realized that in order to be one of these elites, that you basically either sell your soul, join a society, join a club of some sort, in order to be that wealthy. I'm glad money never mattered that much to me, and when I thought it did, and I was bodybuilding and getting into modeling, well, guess what? I got pregnant, and that was God's way of blocking me from going and being with that part of the people, because I didn't belong there. Thank you, Father. So, I was very excited, more excited that I was pregnant than anything else. So that stopped me in my way of going that route. Because even when sometimes we want to take the path we want, we will get stopped if the Father knows that it's not going to be the right route. He will stop us in any which way possible. But He still gives us enough room to do our thing. So as long as we're being love and truthful, then that's what matters. And so anyways, back to the story. So I realized that by being one of the wealthiest people on the planet, you basically join that society, join that club, join the Illuminati, join all the BS, and that's how you get it. Okay, well, I'm not willing to sell my soul for anything. And people think that soul scalping is fake and that they can't take your soul and remove it and it's very much real, very much crazy. Look it up. Just as aliens are real too. So, I also heard a story where the presidents have been in contact with aliens, and I guess the gray aliens are the bad ones. I don't know. I'm not judging them. That's all of the Father. But, it's just things to sit and contemplate and wonder, okay, well, if all this is going on, and why is this, and then where are all of our children going, and where, you know, what's going on? Well, okay, so then I learned that once you're in the Illuminati and all that, they're all basically Luciferian. And I can't say every one of them, because I don't know that for a fact, because not everybody over there is of that nature. But to get that wealthy and stay that way, you have to keep continuing in their little clique, their society, their whatever. And so knowing that I know how our body works. I've done a lot of studying on our body, our pineal gland, our adrenaline, and that's why we get adrenaline rushes, because it's like, oh, it gives us like that superpower to run faster or whatever, right? So I was like, well, what's going on with all the children? So I started going down that rabbit hole, and then I was like, oh, well, the people it just goes on and on, you guys. I can't even tell you everything in this one video. But anyway, so they take the children and the people, they torture them and they sacrifice them and they do all that bad, evil stuff. Well, when they torture you, your heart starts pumping really, you know, and the adrenaline starts going into your blood. So then when they let you, all that adrenaline, which is adrenochrome, it actually flows through your body, and that's why they drink the blood. And all this blood sacrifice is evil. If it's anything to do with blood sacrifice, it's not of the Father. The Father says love, and that is not love. Killing is not love. And so anyways, I was just like, wow, this is really weird. So, and believe you me, we're all in this together, as it was said on TV. And I was like, no, we're not. And I was like, oh, yeah, we are. We're all in this awakening, coming into consciousness, all this stuff. We're in it together. We're all awakening to the truth of this world. Now, mind you, all this stuff I'm talking about right now, I already went through all this 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Okay? Because that's when it started for me. And then after I found all this crazy stuff out, that's when I just said, you know what, Father, this is not my world. I give it all to you. I give you my kids. I give you everything in my life. I don't need anything of this world. And I was, doing the Feast of Israel and all that good stuff. And just me and him. It was just about me and him. It was not anybody else included. So at that point, I still kind of, researched. But anyway, so this is back then when I learned about all this stuff. So as I'm seeing it come up now on everybody's feeds about the missing children, the trafficking, and all this other stuff, well, that's kind of how it has to work. Everything has to come out so that the evil can be taken out. So, when I started learning about what they do when they sacrifice people, it's kind of freaky. So then I started searching into okay, well, what happens? Well, when somebody's tortured, their soul can actually step out of them so that they don't feel all the extreme of what's being done to them. The Father removes them and then they go back or whatever. You'd have to research that a little bit more. I didn't get too deep into that, but that's what I do know about that. So then, the Pizzagate thing was popping up. And I was sharing that left and right. Pizzagate. People thought, oh, Pizzagate, they're not doing nothing with no Pizzagate. It's a conspiracy theory. Well, that conspiracy theory is at its top and pointing up right now. So, conspiracy up, people, because this world isn't what we think it is. So anyways, I was researching all of Julian Assange's emails from WikiLeaks and what was in the conspiracy or the WikiLeaks emails and the documents that he released. Now, if you don't know who Julian Assange is, he is a truther and basically an anon that, hacked into computers and got everybody's information on all their dirt. And so he was able to somehow, people either got him the information or he got it, whichever way, it doesn't matter. The information's there to see it. It's on WikiLeaks. And that's why there was a lot of talk in the beginning of the campaign when Trump became elected, because a lot of people were talking about the Pizzagate. And then I was like, okay, well, why is Hillary Clinton so much against Alex Jones? Well, guess what? Hillary Clinton's against Alex Jones because he knows everything about her family, and the crimes and the criminal things that they've done. So that's why she was like, anybody that listens to Alex Jones is whatever. Well, guess what? I listen to Alex Jones, I stand in truth, and I love the Almighty Creator. And I'm just going to be me and love. That's it. So, conspiracy is definitely there. But it's conspiracy facts, not no make-believe, made-up stuff. As we can tell by this world, a lot of people already see that there's shapeshifters here, that there's reptilians. That's why they like bloodlines. The bloodlines do a bloodline research. I did that. And it shows you who's all connected, and they're of the RH bloodline. Not all, I'm just saying a lot of the reptilians are. And that doesn't mean just because you have some that you are, or maybe it does, but you overpowered it, or I don't know how that works. I didn't go that deep into that part. But anyways, all you have to be is love no matter what you are anyways. So God controls the rest. So then anyways, on that search, then I was like, okay, well, then I started seeing all the predictive programming and how the Simpsons were predicting what was happening in the future. I was like, how in the world do they know that this stuff is going to happen? And it actually happens, you guys. And I was like, yeah, I was mind-boggled. So I was like, I'm going to start diving deeper, and diving deeper and finding out more stuff, predictive programming. It's all over the place. They tell, television program. Well, that's so it programs us so we don't go searching for the truth. So we sit in front of a TV all day and not think about what the truth is in this world. And they try to keep us distracted from searching and finding the truth, because once you do, you become awakened, and once you're awakened, they have no control over you. And if there's anything in this video that people want more information on, I either have it on hand, or I have the know-abouts to where to get it, but it's really easy to find any of this stuff I'm talking about online. It is the information station, baby. Go online and find it while you can, because the internet's not going to be here forever. Well, at least not on for, whatever. So, find the information while you can. And so, I did all this stuff, found out all these truths. I was like, okay, so the Democratic Party is also in with Hollywood, because they all seem to remain really close, as well as Epstein and all this other stuff. So, in the beginning of Trump's campaign, go back and look at all the people who came up dead. The owner of Fox 11 News, Neil Armstrong, the first man that landed on the moon. Well, you think maybe he might have told President Trump what was up right from the get-go? Maybe Trump knows already. I'm sure he does. Anyways, I just know that he was like, Trump was put in the office so that this huge awakening would take place and that people would wake up. And good guy, bad guy, not my call. I feel like he's a good guy, but people could be deceived. So I'm just going to stay neutral, and so be it. Because the only team I'm on is the Team Father, Almighty Creator above. And that's where I'm going to remain, with no titles. Except I'm His. That's it. And people can look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. Because remember, I don't care what anybody thinks, but the Almighty Creator. It's probably why He gave me this little mission to go on. I don't know. Because I don't care what people think. And any of you that know me personally know my heart. You know my fruit. So you know who I am. And you know that I got you, that I got your back, and that I will pray for you, and I will do anything for you. And you know this. So I don't have to explain that, because anyone that's been around me in my life know how I am. And that's how you can tell who someone is. And by their fruits, how their heart is. And so anyways, enough about me. Even though, you know what, everybody's a rock star. Everybody's a rock star. And everyone needs to start acting like it and start stepping up and being strong within themselves, because you create your reality. Believe it or not, you do. And that's why everyone should always have positive thoughts, happy thoughts, all that good stuff. Okay, back to my blast from the past. So then I started, I was learning all the secret society stuff, and I was like, well, why is this all such a secret? Well, because if they keep it a secret, then they keep us enslaved and they keep us unawakened. And as long as we're feeding their system and giving them our energy, well, then that's what they want. That's what evil feeds off of, right? So we wear ourselves out so they can grow wealthier and all this good stuff. Well, that's why I think once I had my, once September 23rd, 2017 happened, I realized I didn't need anything of this world, and that I didn't really care if I had to go live in a tent and just walk amongst the streets and be by myself. But because I had someone I'm responsible for, I obviously couldn't do that, so I had to keep the bare necessities and just go with it, Would this information been good if I would have recognized it 20, 30 years ago? Yeah, it would have been way more awesome to know all this way back then. But it was so hidden from us that that just wasn't the plan anyways, I guess. And it's no big deal. I'm not upset. Life is great. I'm just glad that I found it before it was too late. So, anyway, so then let's go into some other stuff that I found out. We talked about the Pizzagate, and then it's Pedogate, and I mean that whole thing is huge. The world is ran by pedophiles, you guys. The Queen, I swear the Queen is a man, but you know, I haven't actually. Okay, so this is one thing I've learned. You can tell a man's shoulders and a woman's shoulder. Okay, I don't have anything against anybody. So if anybody's turned into a woman or a man, that's not my place, and I'm not here to judge. I just love everybody, and I'm not here to judge people. I personally want to do it, but it's not my place to judge somebody that has, because that's on them. But I love everybody. But a man's shoulders can hold 3 of their heads. So if you can put 3 of somebody's head and it fit across the shoulder lengths, majority of the time, a woman's broadness holds 2. A man's broadness holds 3 heads. Okay? So that's one of the ways you can tell if a woman is a man or vice versa. This has been going on for a very long time too. That's why, you know, there's nothing new under the sun, a lot of people say. And am I judging them? No, I don't have any harsh judgment towards them, because that's not my place. I don't know what they might have went through in their life, and especially with the way Hollywood and the elite and the secret societies are run. We don't know if those people have been tortured or something mean has happened to them. I mean, come on, look at Corey Feldman, one of my favorite child actors. You know, he had the same thing happen, and he tried to come out. Nobody wanted to listen to him. Nobody wanted to pay any attention to him. They only wanted to judge. But guess what? The truth is coming out, you guys, everywhere, and it's going to be that way. And people are going to be coming out, and that's why you have to have a open mind, open heart kind of thing, and know how to discern properly, because there's so much coming out that it's kind of confusing. But that's when you have to know that, okay, I am in control of me. This control's good. This control's bad. That's all it is. It's not that something's gonna get you or anything like that. We are protected. The children of the Father are protected. And and no one can tell me any different, because I know for a fact. So anyways, so childhood stars coming out. Look at Harvey Weinstein. All those people that came out. All these women that have been, you know, trafficked and taken advantage of. And, you know, I agree that probably some of them were in it for the money. Okay, well, so fine, so be it. But there's still so many that were not in it for the money, and that were just wanting to feel love and be a part of something. And so, you know, it's really sad if people want to judge, because people, until you walk in someone's shoes, you should never judge a person, because you haven't walked in their shoes. Now, if you want to get to know somebody, ask them questions. How did you learn this? Where can I find the information that you're finding? But never judge. So I noticed all this stuff going on 4 years ago, you guys. That's 4 years ago. And it's all coming to a head. Well, 4 years ago, actually, I was learning all this about 4 years ago, but 3.5 years ago, or about 3 years ago, is when that thing happened on September 23rd. Research it. Find out what September 23rd, 2017 was. If we do our research and find out the truth in all of this, then the Father leads you on the way and the path that you're supposed to be. And I know that He's put people here even for me, because I am, even though my hair is brown, I am blonde. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to catch on, you guys. And I'm not kidding. I am blonde. Okay, so let me share this little story with you guys real quick. So I was on Facebook, and there was a post in like Temecula Talk or whatever, and it said, some blonde girl, whoever the blonde girl is that cut us off, I got your license plate number. And they drove like a white Toyota or whatever it was. And now mind you, I drive a blonde moment, Honda Accord. So the post said, the blonde girl that cut us off in the white Toyota, we got your plate number and whatever. And when I read it, I was like, oh gosh, I hope I didn't cut nobody off. And then for that very fine moment, I had to die laughing, because I had to remember that my hair was brown. And I was laughing, boy, I was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, I really am blonde. That's fine, I'm okay with that. But I know that the Father also put people in my path, because I know sometimes it takes a minute for me to catch on to certain things. And I'm okay with that. Because sometimes I am in my own little happy bubble, just unicorns, lollipops, and candy canes or whatever. But I don't want to let the world bother me too much, because I'm not really into the being in a low vibration energy. I like to be happy and make other people happy, so I have to stay positive. And positivity definitely works. So anyways, back to the flashback of 4 years and back in time a little bit. So then I'm starting to look, and I'm like, okay, the Bible, there's stuff missing out of the Bible. I feel like it's not being completely honest. What's going on with it? Something took place. Like, why are they not putting all the books in the Bible and all this kind of stuff? Well, anybody that's on my feed already knows how I feel about all that, so I'm not going to go too much into detail about it. But, so then I learned, okay, well, who's King James? Then I started, researching who King James was. Well, he wasn't a very great guy. And so why am I preaching out of his Bible? And I agree that Christ in the Bible is who we were supposed to be like, big time, because it tells us that personality of Christ is who we were supposed to copycat. And but that Bible, I'm not really a big fan of it, because it's got a lot of people trapped. Our Father never told anyone to go kill anybody, just for the record. So if it's not love, it's not of the Father. And that should help out a little bit there. But do your research, you guys, on it. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm trying to save you guys a little bit of time. So, is there anything we could do to change what's taking place? Well, no, because it's so big. The evil is so big over in all the elite side of that secret society, Illuminati. It's huge. It's throughout the whole world. It's not just one place. So it's definitely time for a cleaning of the planet. Such an amazing time to be alive, and it's beautiful. We chose to be here at this moment, and when you find out that you're not this flesh and you realize how big our Father's love is for us, it's amazing. And so upon coming into, I'm actually borrowing this from somebody, upon coming into this world, we forget who we are. And that's why some people's awakening process is difficult and some people's aren't, because some people are more open to the idea and some people aren't. And as crazy as it sounds, well, it can't be any crazier than the elites sacrificing our children, our beautiful children, and drinking their blood for the adrenochrome so they can stay young looking and so that they can live longer, and not to mention the secrets that they kept about what helps us live longer, because all they wanted to do was enslave us and trap us in this world so we could keep generating for them, not for ourselves. And when you wake up to the reality of it, yeah, it's a little trippy. I ain't gonna lie. But as long as you stand strong in the Father, you ain't got nothing to worry about, baby. Okay, He got us all protected. And if any of you want to investigate what I'm saying, investigate. Adrenochrome being sold on the website Alibaba, and it tells you what different types of blood types are in that adrenochrome, and it goes for a lot of money, and it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. If any of you need help or want to talk, even just if you want to talk and share your day, anything, if I could be here to assist you at all during this craziness that is going on in the world, send me a message. I'm more than happy to help anybody out. I'm more than happy to send people to the right people. I personally think you only need the Father Almighty above all to guide you, without anything between you and Him, because it was Him who guided me to go straight to the truth. And I'm glad I did, because boy, this world is not what we think it is, and it's a lot weirder than we know it is. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm even fully awakened yet, because every day it's like I'm pulling back a new layer of the onion. It's like peeling an onion. And then that brings me to think, well, I got a movie at home called The Onion. I should probably watch it. Maybe it's trying to tell me something. So it's things like that. When something comes into your mind and you're like, oh, that just came in, check on it. Check on it. Because if you check on it and you do a deep dive on whatever it is that you feel may or may not be right, it's gonna lead you to the truth of the situation. Now, the truth is the truth. It can't be changed. Period. So, I have a lot of people telling me that the Bible is the truth and the only truth. Well, it's been proven that it's been changed and Bible books taken out, and we all know who's in control of this world is Lucifer, not who's in this air. I was always told that Lucifer's in the air. Well, guess what? He ain't in my air no more, because I'm gonna outlove this area that I'm in, and I'm gonna kill all the evil in it. So, think about it. Don't just go through your day and not question things. You have to question everything, people. Question it all. And it's a mission. And I'm trying to save a lot of people time by sharing my story and what I have found. But if you don't believe me and it sounds like something you might need to check into, investigate, check into it, because when you feel something pulling on you, that's the Father telling you, hello, this is it. You need to get guided this way, or you need to do this, because I know for a fact. Now, I love you guys. It's been an amazing drive. You guys are so amazing, and I love you. And don't you ever forget it. I talk kind of loud. I'm not sure if I'm yelling or not. It's kind of loud over here, so I probably was talking loud. So I'm not trying to yell at nobody. I just talk loud. I think because I'm so used to talking loud, I just get passionate, and I can't help that. It's part of who I am. And I love you guys. I gotta run in here to my doctor's appointment, and I will talk to you guys later in another video. Have a beautiful day. I love you.